Have you ever woken up to a notification that makes your stomach drop? That sinking feeling when you see an unauthorized transaction, a sum of money gone, and the word fraud flashes in your mind? It's a horrible experience, one that far too many people have gone through, and unfortunately, it's becoming an increasingly common occurrence in our digital age. With the rise of online banking and convenient financial apps, while our lives have certainly become easier, they've also become more susceptible to the cunning tactics of fraudsters. And if you're a Monzo user, or indeed any digital bank user, you might be wondering, what happens if I become a victim? What are my rights? What steps do I take? And most importantly, can I get my money back? Today, we're diving deep into a topic that, while uncomfortable, is absolutely crucial for your financial well-being, dealing with fraud when it happens on your Monzo account. We're not just talking about theory here, we're talking practical, actionable steps, insights into Monzo's fraud protection, and what you can realistically expect when you find yourself in this unfortunate situation. So, buckle up, because by the end of this, you'll be far better equipped to navigate the murky waters of financial fraud. Let's first acknowledge a crucial point. Monzo, like all regulated financial institutions, takes fraud incredibly seriously. They invest heavily in sophisticated security measures, artificial intelligence, and dedicated fraud teams to protect their customers. However, no system is entirely foolproof, and fraudsters are constantly evolving their methods. Their tactics range from elaborate phishing schemes and social engineering to malware and highly sophisticated identity theft. It's a constant arms race, and unfortunately, sometimes, despite everyone's best efforts, a fraudulent transaction slips through. So, you've spotted something suspicious. Perhaps it's a small, recurring payment you don't recognize, or a large, one-off transaction that screams "not me." Your immediate instinct might be panic, but it's vital to remain calm and act swiftly. Time is often of the essence when dealing with financial fraud. Your very first step, and this is non-negotiable, is to immediately block your Monzo card. Monzo makes this incredibly easy through their app. A quick tap on your card in the app, and you'll see the option to freeze it. This instantly prevents any further unauthorized transactions from occurring. Think of it as putting a hard stop to the bleeding. Don't hesitate, don't second guess, just freeze it. This single action can prevent further financial damage. Once your card is frozen, the next crucial step is to report the fraud directly to Monzo. Again, the Monzo app is your primary tool here. You can find the transaction in question within your feed, tap on it, and there will be an option to something wrong. Get help, or something similar, leading you to report the issue. Monzo's in-app chat is their primary customer service channel, and it's remarkably efficient for fraud reporting. When you initiate a chat, clearly state that you suspect fraudulent activity on your account. Be prepared to provide as much detail as possible, the exact transaction details, the date, the amount, and anything else that seems relevant, even if it feels minor. Did you receive a strange text message before this happened? Did you click on a suspicious link? Every piece of information, no matter how small, can help Monzo's fraud team piece together what happened. Now, let's talk about Monzo's responsibility and the legal framework surrounding fraud. In the UK, where Monzo operates, the Payment Services Regulations 2017, PSR 2017, are incredibly important. These regulations place a significant burden on payment service providers like Monzo to protect their customers from unauthorized transactions. Crucially, under these regulations, if an unauthorized payment is made from your account, and you didn't authorize it, Monzo is generally obliged to refund you the money unless they can prove that you acted fraudulently or with gross negligence. This is a powerful consumer protection, and it's why Monzo, and other banks, have robust processes in place for investigating fraud. Monzo will launch an investigation once you report the fraud. This investigation will typically involve several stages. First, they will analyze the transaction details themselves, looking for anomalies or patterns indicative of fraud. They'll also review your account activity leading up to the fraudulent transaction. They might ask you further questions via the in-app chat, so keep an eye on your notifications and respond promptly. Transparency and cooperation on your part are key here. The more information you can provide, and the quicker you respond, the faster Monzo can work to resolve the issue. It's important to understand the concept of unauthorized transaction. This generally means a payment that was not initiated or consented to by you. If, for example, you willingly shared your PIN or card details with someone who then misused them, that might fall into a different category, and your liability could change. However, for most common fraud scenarios, think phishing, card skimming, or remote access scams where you were tricked, you are generally protected under the PSR 2017. What about the timeline for getting your money back? Under the PSR 2017, once an unauthorized transaction is reported, the payment service provider must refund the amount by the end of the business day following the day on which the fraud was reported, unless they have reasonable grounds to suspect fraud by the customer. This means, in many straightforward cases, you could see your money back fairly quickly. However, if Monzo needs to conduct a more in-depth investigation, or if they suspect you might have been involved in the fraud, which is rare but does happen, the refund process might take longer. They are still obliged to complete their investigation within a reasonable time frame, typically within 15 business days, though in exceptional circumstances, this can be extended to 35 business days. During the investigation, Monzo might ask you to take further steps. This could include reporting the fraud to the police. While Monzo is the primary point of contact for getting your money back, a police report, Action Fraud in the UK, can be useful for intelligence gathering and for potentially pursuing criminal charges against the fraudsters. Monzo might provide you with a crime reference number or encourage you to obtain one. While not always mandatory for your refund, it can strengthen your case and is a responsible civic action. Let's discuss common types of fraud that Monzo users, and indeed all banking app users, might encounter. Phishing is incredibly prevalent. This is where fraudsters try to trick you into revealing your personal and banking details, often through fake emails, text messages, or websites that look legitimate. They might pretend to be Monzo, HMRC, or even a well-known retailer. Always be suspicious of unsolicited communications asking for personal information or directing you to click on links. Monzo will never ask you for your PIN, full card number, or the CVV, the 3-digit code on the back of your card, via email, text, or phone call. If in doubt, always go directly to the official Monzo app or website to log in. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.